Okay, once you still have the card upside down, I'm just going to take advantage of that and put the caster sleeves in. See the holes in the bottom of the solid leg here? Just put those in place. Then I tap them down until the teeth bite into the wood. You don't want to pound them flat because then the shaft of the wheel won't go in there. I like to put the wheels with the locks on the front. This will be your front. To do that, just tap on the metal part there. This is without, goes on the back. Without. And the lock go on the other. Okay, now we're going to attach the magnet to the magnet block. The easy way to do that is take the magnet and stick it right on the plate. I bring it up toward the top of that plate. Close the door, and it's going to go right over the block. And when you look directly down, put your thumb over it, and then open the door, and your magnet will be in the correct position. I like to mark them with a pencil just to make sure in case they move. Then you take the little round-headed screws that came in the magnet pack. There's 2 of them. You can hold on to them. And I go right in the middle of that little slot that's in the magnet there. The magnet's in place. Close the door. Okay, now I'm going to, well, we've got a little bit of space here. It's a good time to put the towel bar on. I have 2 little standoffs, wooden, and then you have the metal tube, and 1-inch number 8 screws. And I pre-position those here, just right above, or below in this case, the glide. There's 2 little through holes in the side panel. And I go, and I'm going to attach one of these you can turn both sides this way, but the second time you're not going to be able to. Then I'm going to take the tube, put it in place, bring it down, flip the other one over, make sure it's well set. Set them, put them in there a little bit set. And there's a pilot hole in this and a pilot hole in the side. If you sort of line those up, it'll help you. Here again, I'm going to secure this with a 1-inch number 8. Tighten them up real well. And now you have your handle installed. Okay, now we're going to assemble the drawer. Have the drawer front, the right drawer side, remember, as you're facing the unit, the drawer bottom. Always use the best side up. The left side, your drawer back, and the drawer glides plus the handle. So I think it's easier, put the bottom side here for a minute, a little bit easier to take and attach the sides with 1 1/4 number 8 screws. And here again, I'm just going to start them. It doesn't hurt anything to dip the threads in a little bit of Catskills butcher block oil. Repeat the same thing the other side. Next thing I'm going to do, select the best side, turn that up on its back, drop this in, the drawer bottom in. Next thing you have to do, I'm going to put in two of the posts. These are posts for the cams. They have small threads, large threads, Phillips screw head on the top. We're going to screw only the small heads into the wood, and it's going to stop when it hits the big head. Here again, you're doing this by hand. I'm going to just use a little bit of oil. Using a power screwdriver, try not to drive it so that it goes, the big threads go into the wood or something below the wood. The next thing I'm going to do is insert the cams. The cams, the notches face outward into the inside of the drawer. And you'll notice there's a little imprinted arrow on one of the four corners there. And then there's an arrow that shows you which way to turn. That little arrow always points toward where the post is going to be. And the post is going to come through the hole here. So I'm going to insert that so that the arrows, in this case, faces upward. I'm going to do exactly the same thing with the other one. And we're going to take the front. We're going to drop those cam posts into place. As you turn that cam, the back will tighten. You see how that tightened up? Real nicely there. Then the last step, take the 1-inch machine screws. We're going to attach the handle. Lined up. As we use on the drawer glides, wheels are going to go toward the back. The row width, if you look on the inside there, you'll see a little imprint that says right or left, right in behind the wheel. It says DL. That's going to be on the left side of your drawer. Okay, next I'm going to attach the glides. The ones that go in the drawer, on the ones you should have left. The one with a lot of holes, that's going on the bottom of the drawer. You can look at these and you'll see imprinted behind the wheel. This particular one says DR, that means that'll go on the right. This one says DL, that'll go on the left. So we're going to put that in place. Got all the little holes lined up there. And if you look right down through these two holes, you'll see pilot holes. Then you're going to secure this glide with the number 5, a little bit smaller. Okay, then I'm going to repeat the same thing with the other side. The next step, we're going to insert the shelves. The bottom shelf is the wider shelf. Select the best side up. I'm going to put it through this gap right here and put it on the back set of pins. One pin on this side, one on that side, and then just lower it easily. Won't go all the way, so to get that to drop down, just close your door and it falls into place. Then we'll take the second shelf, same way, support it a little bit, and we have the shelves in place. Next, we're going to take and insert the drawer. Proper way of inserting the drawer, you want it to go over top the wheels on the drawer. You want them to go over top the wheels in the cabinet. So I tilt it down a little bit. You have to tip it up a little bit to make sure that those wheels go into the groove. Then you've got the drawer. It works really nice. Last step will be to take the plugs, little wooden plugs, 5/8 disc. There's 4, 2 more, 6 on it per side. I like to line the grain up. Plugs have grain with the grain in the legs. Give them a little tap. The seat, they're tapered a little bit so they should seat nice and easily. Shouldn't fall out. If you're afraid you're going to hit or mar the surface, you can always use just a little bit of paper or a little plastic card or something to hit on instead of hitting directly on the wood. And then just do the same thing with the other side, and your cart is complete. Now, one thing about microwave carts, I'm just going to push this backward, is that you can use the microwave on top, or if you want to, you have a smaller microwave, you can put it into this spot.